$18.5 million. What a waste. But
hold on a second. Why is it a waste?
He's a waste. He's a total
Why
waste.
is he a waste?
He hasn't done anything since he's been here. He quit on the team this year. He made sure that he got to his qualifying number or his year and everything else. I think it's a waste. But, $18.5 million for that guy, that's a waste.
Well, hold on.
But you know what?
Wait, it's not a waste.
Time out. It's not my money, so I don't care. So if he wants to spend it on wasteful players, spend it on wasteful players. I don't care. Just be smart when you start going after other players and get guys in here that are winners. That's what I want. I want freaking winners in here. And you know what? By the way, you guys like you and the people that work here and everything else, all should be like totally stoked about Steve Cohen.
Oh, of course.
We're all stoked about Steve Cohen, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he played Little League. That's it. And he's going to let Sandy Alderson run this team. I can't believe Sandy Alderson would have tendered Marcus Stroman for $18.5 million, but he did, or somebody did.
That's the number, though.
Somebody, I don't care.
It's not like they came up with that number.
And you know what? Marcus Stroman, as good as he thinks he is, the reason he took the $18.5 million is because he knows nobody else out there was going to give him anything remotely close to that.
Right.
That's what you got to think about.
I do agree. I do agree with that.
Yes.
But I don't love all the stuff that Marcus Stroman does on Twitter. I don't love that. But he's still one of my guys. He's still one of my guys.
I understand that, but $18.5 million. Look, if I were him, I would have done the same thing. I would have signed it because I was like, "Holy crap, they're going to pay me $18.5 million." So who cares? Steve Cohen's got the money. He told us he's not into this to make money. Mm-hmm. He's into this for the fans. He's into it because he, like the rest of us, are like sick and tired of having like every other 5 years maybe a little bit of a run. I mean, we want sustainability. We want greatness over the long haul. And hopefully that's what he's going to do, and it's a bloodletting. He's cleaning house. He's going in there. He's being ruthless like most hedge fund guys are.
He's a hedge fund guy.
He's a hedge fund guy, and he's doing exactly what he would normally do. They eat their young, man. This is what it's all about.
Sure.
And, for him, it's not eating his young about making money in this case. That's what he does with .72, whatever the hell that thing's called, the asset management company. This is all about winning. This is all about overtaking the Yankees, the big bad Yankees. And now with the Yankees giving Garrett Cole $326 million, and they have Stanton $217 million, you think the Yankees are going to go after Trevor Bauer? And you think they're going to reunite Trevor Bauer and Garrett Cole, two guys that didn't like each other in college?
That's the thing, and that's a big deal. Now, I know Trevor Bauer did speak about this.
Yeah, sure he did.
Yesterday, when he was doing the Cy Young speech. By the way, he won the Cy Young, Trevor Bauer, so he was giving the Cy Young speech. And he said, hey, it was a long time ago. We were in college. Like, I don't really talk to him now, and he doesn't talk to me, and we've moved on, and it'll be fine. And if someone offered me a chance to play with him again, I would absolutely take it. So I don't know if Garrett Cole's going to go into Brian Cashman's office and be like, I can't play with this jerk. Like, there's no way. You're bringing him in here. This is my team. That guy's an a-hole. Like, I don't think he's going to do that.
And by the way,
because he wants to win.
I don't want to take anything away from anybody winning any awards. It's a season. It was what it was. Mm-hmm. He's not pitching in the NL East. He didn't see who the Mets saw. He didn't see, the other thing that I would worry about, and I know that Jacob deGrom's a great guy. He's a great teammate and by far the best pitcher in baseball. I don't give a crap what anybody says. You're going to pay Trevor Bauer twice what you're paying, Jacob deGrom. How's that going to work?
I think it'll work just fine because Jacob deGrom, one thing that he hasn't really been able to do, and I understand you have a World Series appearance on the resume, but is consistently win on a team. So Jacob deGrom is the exact guy who I think can bury the ego and say, all right, I'm still making a decent salary. I made my decision. I decided to sign that contract before hitting the free agent market. I made the bed. I've got to lay in it. I see Garrett Cole getting the money. I see Trevor Bauer getting the money. That's great. I'm still well compensated. Now I want to go win. And I got an owner that could do that. I'm not going to be pitching until I'm 45 years old. It has to happen now. It's got to happen in the next couple of years. Why wouldn't he want that?
I'm just telling you about the realities of what's going on. Yeah, it sounds great. Sounds fine. Sounds like I'll be a great teammate, and I'm sure he will be. I'm not saying that he won't be, and you won't hear anything of this publicly, but I'm just telling you about how the dynamics of a locker room work. I've been in there. I see what happens when guys get paid and other guys don't get paid. And quite frankly, Jacob deGrom has done this for the Mets. He has been the Mets' best player since he got here. He's been the most consistent. He's been the best. He's unbelievable. Like, there's no drama around him. There's no Twitter around him. Look, Sandy Alderson can say this is an entertainment business, and Met fans are going to love the competitiveness of Trevor Bauer. I'm sure we will. a 3-game losing streak, and he's out there arguing with Met fans on Twitter? How do you think that's going to go?
Yeah, I don't necessarily see him as, there's some fans out there he'll argue with that are jerks, but those fans are jerks. It's not like he's going after fans that are just like normal fans that are rooting for the team, and he's like, hey, you guys are the worst. No, he's someone who is very outspoken, and I do think that, and even though he's bothered me with some stuff in the past, I do think with what we've seen from him this year, if the Mets are trying to go all in and compete, he's the first guy you got to look at. He is.
So,
Springer, Real Moot, all these guys we could find flaws in, really. But if you're telling me that you could have Jacob deGrom and Trevor Bauer, the last 3 Cy Young Award winners in the National League, if I could have all that at the top of my rotation and then have Marcus Stroman on a 1-year deal as the 4th starter and then cross my fingers with Noah Syndergaard, you're not telling me that that's something you're getting excited about? I'm sorry.
You're crossing your fingers and you're playing you're paying your 4th starter $18.5 million
for a year. Who cares?
Whatever. I get it. It's not my money, so I don't really care.
Exactly. It's not going to stop them from doing anything else.
By the way, I would like Trevor Bauer to come to the Mets. That would be great. It would be
fantastic.
Sound like
it.
But I'm just telling you about the realities of what's going on here. The other thing I really want is I want DJ LeMahieu, I want Springer, and I would love to have Lindor. I'd love to have 2 of those 3 guys.
You need 2. You need 2.
You're right, exactly. And Bauer. So,
are you telling me you need Bauer and 2 more guys?
Why not? You're spending $18.5 million on your 4th starter. Who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, you spend the money, get the guys in here. He wants to win now, so he wants to win within the next 3 to 5 years. I would like to win now, but the problem is you also have to look at your own division and how many good young players are in this division. And his division is loaded, so they got to continue, I think, to try to, and I think Sandy Alderson's going to do this, because he's not with the A's anymore. He's not with the Padres. He's not with the
Wilpon Mets.
Well, he's not. Yeah, he's not with the hamstrung Mets. He is basically now. He is the guy that is going to rebuild this organization from top to bottom. I mean, inside and out. And it's going to be baseball analytics. It's going to be scouting. It's going to be all of that, which is most important to me as long-term sustainability and being good. But I just, my thing is like, we're all crazed right now. And the fact that Marcus Stroman just signed that contract tells you all you need to know about what the free agency market's going to look like. And it's not, you just, like he said, you don't want to spend like drunken sailors. He said it. I didn't say it. Those are his words, not mine.
Right.
And, he's pretty matter of fact about the whole thing, that he's doing this for the fans. So, this is now Sandy Alderson's turn, in the gourmet aisle.
Yeah, and he said that too.
Right. So, these guys make these proclamations. I can't believe that Sandy even said that.
Well, the reason why he said it was because
he took a shot at the Wilpons.
No. Because Scott Boras used to take shots at the Wilpons, saying that the Wilpons would always be shopping in the what was the I want to say
bargain basement or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
so the bargain bin, right?
Yeah,
the bargain bin.
Yeah.
So what he was saying was, and now we're not doing that anymore. You might see us in the gourmet food section. So that was more like Scott Boras, who took old shots at the Mets, and Sandy Alderson was saying that. Just let everybody be excited, will you?
I am excited.
Let everybody be excited.
When I saw them tender, before all this started to happen, I'm assuming that Sandy Alderson was making a lot of these decisions and telling Brody in the front office what to do before they kicked them out of the building. And that's probably leading up to 6 weeks ago, because they have to do business. They have to make decisions. And remember we were talking about this?
Sure.
And who is making the decisions? And if I don't know, I can't believe that they would tender Marcus Stroman.
Well, you understand why that they do that, though. Because if he signs somewhere else, then they'd get compensation. If he accepts it, then you got him on a short-term contract.
Ugh.
$18 million to Steve Cohen is like belly button lint.
Right, I know.
So it doesn't matter.
They gave it to the Small Business Administration so they could get the sale through. I know the whole thing. So now we're up to $40 million just spent.
We?
Well, our team, our team, the Mets.
I'm not up to $40 million. I'm sitting back here watching him spend the $40 million, and I'm okay with it so far. It's not some sort of long-term contract.
But we definitely need. If you're going to say Bauer's coming to the Mets, because
I don't know if that's a lie. I don't know if that's a lie.
It sounds like it.
It sounds like it. Why? Because Sandy
nobody else is going to spend as much money. That's why. Because you know how many teams are going to be cutting back? Even the Yankees, who are at the $215 million luxury tax threshold want to stay under that. And the Mets are at about $155 million, maybe a little bit more now with this $18.5 million tender to Marcus Stroman.
You got to get over this. You got to do me a favor and get over this.
Your fourth pitcher is going to be making $18.5 million. And your fingers are crossed on Noah Syndergaard.
Well, so maybe he's your third pitcher. And maybe, by the way, Marcus Stroman comes back and has a good year. It's not like it's a lock he's going to come back and be mediocre.
Is he going to have over-under for ERA?
It's going to be under.
Okay.
It's going to be under.
Okay.
What do you want to bet on it?
We'll see.
I'll bet on it.
We'll see.
If there's
hey, look, local kid, I hope he does well. I hope Steven Matz does well. Maybe they need to move Steven Matz into the bullpen. Who knows? I mean, Sandy's been watching this thing. And by the way, a lot of people didn't realize this. Sandy did go back to the A's last year.
Yeah.
So he's obviously had an eye on all of this and probably knew this was coming down the pipe.
Yep.
And now Sandy really gets to do what Sandy should be able to do.
Right. He's going to be here for a couple of years. He's going to hire people he wants. He's going to oversee this transition. He's going to put the Mets in a great place. I think we all trust that. And then he's going to ride off into the sunset. Now, I was out on Marcus Stroman a couple of months ago, or a couple of weeks ago, really, because of some of the Twitter stuff. And I thought he wasn't going to be a Met.
How about when he backed out on the Mets this year?
Yeah, I didn't like that either. But that's dicey, though. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you mean it's dicey?
Because there are people in his life that he was worried about.
If he were playing in Toronto or with the Toronto Blue Jays, you think that would have happened?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. But I do think that there's some questions about that. I can't say definitively why. But I can understand your cynicism with that. But how could I, a guy who grows up and lives 5 miles away from where he grows up, who knows people in his life, a guy who's a South Shore, Long Island, Patchogue guy, for crying out loud, how could I be upset that he's back with the Mets?
No,
I can't be. I can't be, and I want him to do great.
As long as you're open about it, because those are the reasons why, then I think everybody's fine. You're basically telling everybody why you want him back. It's because it has nothing to do with his baseball prowess. It has everything to do with your personal life.
You're listening. You're not listening. I didn't say. What I'm saying is, now that he's here, I got to have his back.
Okay. Well,
now that he's here,
they haven't started playing yet.
Now that he's here, I got to have his back.
I wonder if they'll even play. You never know with the way everything's going these days.
Well, boy, you came in here with a big ball of negative energy this morning. No, what happened yesterday?
I'm all fired up. Nothing.
Al, am I on top of this? Is he in here with a big ball of negative energy?
He is fired up. Maybe a couple 5-hour energies or something.
But why is it negative? Why is
this not negative? It's realism.
Realism?
And I love what I heard from Steve Cohen. I told you I love what I heard what he said.
Yeah, but it's just a stupid move. We made our first stupid move.
I don't know.
Stupid.
I wonder if it was this group that made the move or the group before them that made the move to stick them with this move.
No. It was them, because the Wilpons would have never put themselves in a position to have to pay him $18 million for a year.
The Wilpons knew that they were actually selling the team, so it didn't matter to them.
No, it was no. No, this was definitely the new regime. And you're a sports business guy.
Let me ask you a question.
The Mets did this for a good reason. Stroman took it for a good reason, and this is what this is how it works.
Let me ask you something there, sports guy.
Yeah.
Trevor Bauer got tendered by the Reds, didn't he?
Yeah, he must have, right?
No, he did. He did for essentially the same amount.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
What did he do?
Well, he's going to go to free agency.
Oh, why?
Because he won the Cy Young and he had a better year last year, and he knows he's going to get paid.
Yeah, okay.
Right? I'm not arguing with you. What do you think I'm arguing? I understand why Marcus Stroman took it. I understand why the Mets offered it. And that's.
But I don't know if this was this Met regime.
It was this Met regime.
You're sure it wasn't Brody's last thing out the door?
100%.
You stick it to these guys?
Why would he? Sticking Steve Cohen with $18 million is like putting gum on the bottom of his shoe.
Hey,
doesn't matter. It doesn't.
I mean, this is unbelievable.
Boomer just came in with a huge poo-poo platter today.
Right. I don't know what this is.
I'm all pumped up, man. I'm
pumped up my ass.
I'll be pumped up when we get DJ LeMahieu and George Springer. I'll be very happy.
Yeah.
Look, you want to spend money? Give DJ LeMahieu 4 years, $22 to $25 million. Let's call it a day. Put him at third base. Let him lead this team. That's what I want. I want a guy that actually gets on base, hits the ball, plays the game the right way, and sets the tone. Not some guy who's on Twitter screaming and yelling about all this other crap that's going on.
Okay.
I want a guy that's dedicated to his craft. I want a guy that really cares, not about building his brand. DJ LeMahieu is not about building any brand. DJ LeMahieu is about being an all-star baseball player that can play multiple positions, hit behind runners, do the right thing, set the right tone, and be the type of baseball player that I want on my team. I'm actually jealous that he's not on my team.
Man, I tell you. I came in here very happy today to see you. I missed you yesterday. I brought you stuff this morning. I brought you a couple shirts.
You did. You're very nice. You brought me some stuff. Thank you.
If you noticed when I walked into your office, I was smiling.
You were.
And you know me at this hour before the show, and I'm very, very stoic. I'm just sort of meandering through the hallways with no purpose and angry and trying to wake up.
No purpose?
You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I'm just like, when's the show start? I don't know what to do with myself. I'm like a monster, and then the show starts, everything's good.
Right.
And I walked into your office with a bag of stuff, and I was smiling, and I was like, hey, how'd yesterday go for you? Hey, we had a good time here. It was good to see you, Boomer. And then you walk in here, Marcus Stroman builds his brand. What a jerk. And Trevor Bauer's a loudmouth, and the Mets are stupid, and they stuck him with this stupid guy and stupid Twitter account.
No, I didn't say that about Trevor Bauer. You put words in my mouth.
Well, do you think that Trevor Bauer, with his Twitter account, is trying to build his brand more than be a great baseball player? Because I don't.
He's openly said he's trying to build his brand. At least his agent has said that.
Okay, but
and
he's
a
also
big market would be great for building his brand. And he has a podcast. He does a good job with the podcast, and he loved being in Arizona for spring training. Why? Because all the players were close to him, so he could do the podcast with the players. If you go to Port St. Lucie, you're kind of spread out. Mm-hmm. He'll figure out a way to do the podcast if that's important to him. What I want him to be into is pitching and pitching like Jacob deGrom. And if you had a 1-2 like that, and they both came out and did like serious stuff, and we're like Jake is. Then I'm all down with it, man. I'm all down with that. That's 100% on Steve Cohen, and get it done. Spend the money. Let's go. Get the top end pitcher in here.
All right.
There's no way and it'd be interesting to see what Bauer is looking for, whether it be a short or long term contract. But I also read where it is said that he wants more per year than Garrett Cole.
Yeah, sure. That's what he wants. That market is not going to dictate that. I'm sorry. It's not. There's not a lot of teams that are going to be bidding against one another for Trevor Bauer. He's going to have that. The short-term deal thing makes a lot of sense for him. It really does. And that's like the same reason why Marcus Stroman snatched up that qualifying offer. He's thinking, okay, now I could pitch on $18 million, and I could hit free agency maybe at another time. Just the same reason why he did that is a reason why Trevor Bauer might take a short-term deal.
Well, all right. You know what? Because we're not even talking about money anymore with the Mets because it doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter. So I don't really care. It's Steve Cohen's $18.5 million.
Yeah. You know what Steve Cohen's doing? Steve Cohen's that guy. Steve Cohen's that guy at lunch who laughs when you reach for your wallet. Right.
Yeah.
He's like, whoa. What do you think you're doing? Stop this. I got it. All right. Have a nice day. Go home. I'll take care of this. That's what Steve Cohen is. Steve Cohen's looking at everybody reach for their wallets and go, stop. What are you guys doing?
I was just thinking.
Yeah, he doesn't pay for your Uber. He buys you a Mercedes to drive home.
Right. I have to apologize. I do have to apologize about one thing because it just dawned on me.
Yeah.
It just dawned on me that, you know what? This guy's not in it to make money. And I caught myself just now thinking of the way that the Mets used to think. Like how that $18.5 million would have a negative impact on the salaries.
Yeah.
Right.
See?
So I caught myself, and maybe you caught me a little bit too. Even though I'm not a Stroman fan, but it doesn't matter. It's not my money.
There you go.
Right. And you know what? We shouldn't even be talking about money, really, honestly.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Doesn't matter.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the red bell so you're notified when we have new content.